The morning sun shimmered over the Mercedes dealership lot, casting reflections off the freshly waxed trucks. Inside the glass showroom, laughter echoed, not the warm kind, but the mocking kind. A man had just walked in, barefoot, wearing torn jeans and a faded jacket that looked like it had been through years of storms. His beard was tangled, and his hands bore the marks of a life spent working, not resting. "Good morning," he said softly, voice gravelly but polite. "I'd like to buy 5 of your Mercedes Actros trucks." The salesman, Richard, almost dropped his coffee. "You mean, you want to buy 5 trucks?" he repeated, glancing at his colleagues. The ragged man nodded. "Yes. Cash." That was all it took. The laughter began. They thought he was a joke. A prankster. Maybe even delusional. Richard chuckled and leaned on the counter. "Sir, each truck costs over $100,000. Maybe you should look at something smaller. Or perhaps a pre-owned one." The man smiled faintly, unbothered by the ridicule. "I didn't ask for a discount. I just need your best trucks, 5 of them. Do you accept wire transfers?" More laughter. Another salesman muttered, "Buddy, maybe you should wire yourself a sandwich first." The man didn't react. He simply turned toward the door, gave a polite nod, and left quietly, the kind of exit that makes no sound but somehow leaves an echo. 2 hours later, a black convoy rolled into the dealership. The glass doors flew open, and in walked 3 men in suits, followed by 2 women holding tablets and documents. One of them spoke briskly. "Good afternoon. We're from Hayden Logistics Group. Our CEO was here earlier, inspecting your trucks." Richard blinked. "Your CEO?" "Yes. Mr. Hayden." The man in the denim jacket. The color drained from every face in the showroom. The woman handed over a file. "Mr. Hayden has chosen your dealership for the purchase. He instructed us to finalize the order for 10 Mercedes Actros trucks, not 5. Payment in full, upfront." The manager stammered. "T10? Yes," she said. "He doubled it, as a test of your professionalism. He also asked that the commission go to another branch, one where he was treated with respect." Silence filled the air. The salesmen stood frozen, faces pale, shame burning like a fever. Richard tried to speak, but the words stumbled out. We didn't know who he was." The woman gave him a hard look. "He knew exactly who you were. That's why he tested you." Later that evening, as the sun dipped behind the horizon, a black Mercedes truck pulled up to a children's shelter on the edge of town. The same ragged man, now wearing a clean shirt and a gentle smile, handed the keys to a young woman who ran the place. "They're all yours," he said. "You'll need them to transport food and supplies to the other centers." Tears welled in her eyes. "Mr. Hayden, we can't thank you enough." He smiled softly. "Thank them," he said, L. A week later, the story of the ragged millionaire had become local legend. News outlets covered it. Social media buzzed with clips from the dealership's security cameras, the moment the man walked in, the laughter, and his quiet, humble exit. But for Richard, the salesman who had laughed the loudest, it wasn't just another viral story. It was a mirror. He couldn't sleep that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the man's calm smile, the way he hadn't flinched even when mocked. There was something powerful about that silence, not weakness, but strength. The next morning, Richard drove out of town, following the address he found online for the Hayden Children's Shelter. He parked beside one of the gleaming new Mercedes trucks, the same model he had refused to sell just days ago. Kids were laughing in the yard, chasing a soccer ball. Volunteers were unloading crates of food and blankets from the trucks. And there he was, Mr. Hayden. Wearing the same denim jacket, only cleaner now, sleeves rolled up as he carried boxes. Richard hesitated, then approached him slowly. "Sir. I came to apologize." Hayden turned, wiping his hands with a rag, that same calm expression on his face. "For laughing?" he asked gently. Richard nodded. "I thought I knew what success looked like. Expensive suits, nice shoes, but I didn't see the man behind the jacket." Hayden chuckled. "You saw what the world trains you to see. That's not your fault. But every now and then, we all need a reminder." He paused, then added, "Tell me, Richard, what did you learn?" Richard swallowed hard. "That sometimes, the richest people are the ones who don't need to prove it." Hayden's eyes softened. Then the lesson wasn't wasted. He patted Richard on the shoulder and nodded toward the children. "If you really want to make it right, help me unload." For the next 3 hours, they worked side by side. No titles. No hierarchy. Just two men doing something good. By sunset, Richard found himself laughing again, not mockingly this time, but freely. It felt different. Lighter. As they packed up, Hayden handed him a business card. "Come by my office next week," he said. "We're expanding our logistics division. I could use someone who's learned the value of respect." Richard blinked in disbelief. "You'd hire me?" Hayden smiled. "You've already been hired, by humility." A month later, Richard was working as the regional sales director for Hayden Logistics. His first company project? Partnering with local dealerships to train sales staff in empathy-based selling. Every new hire learned the story, how a ragged man had taught an entire industry what true professionalism looked like. And at the entrance of the Hayden Logistics headquarters hung a small metal